My wife and I have a part-time trash pickup business. We pick up trash 2 days a week for roughly 8 hours a day for 210 clients. We've got about 250 cans out on the street, and we have just hit the $100,000 revenue mark in a business that we work at 2 days a week and is about 14 months old. We've been able to do that because we've listened to the advice of one social media influencer. Today I'm going to tell you about who that is and the advice that he gave that's had the best impact on us. Mike Andes is a gentleman who started Augusta Lawn Care, which is a lawn care company that's based out of Washington State. But somewhere around 5 years ago, he started franchising. So now he has just under 200 Augusta Lawn Care locations. In addition to the lawn care business, Mike runs a YouTube channel where he posts business turnarounds. He's done various series over the years, but generally the basic formula is he will go out to somebody's business that's having issues. He'll identify some of the key problems and the ways to fix them, and then he'll do some type of follow-up. Some of them are more entertaining than others because of the people that are on those shows, and of course the ones with bigger problems are usually more entertaining to watch. But he's learned a lot of best practices and systems through not only refining his business before he was franchising them, but through the franchise process he's dialed in on a lot of his systems. He also has a smaller channel, Home Service Millionaire, where he posts a lot more in-depth business topics and discussions. He is someone that I've listened to from the beginning days of starting my lawn care business, and nothing he's ever suggested that I have implemented has ever steered me wrong. But what I see over and over is people in the comments who have something bad to say about Mike or his advice simply because of the fact that he sells franchises and then he owns companies that also sell services that go along with a home service business. Some examples are Lawn Care Media Design, which is a company that makes templates for door hangers, flyers, postcards, mailers, that kind of thing that you can purchase. He also owns Home Service Web Design and Lawn Care Service Web Design. I think I messed the names of those up, but those are companies that will make and maintain a website for your company. He also owns Copilot CRM, which is a software that you can use to run your business, and of course you have to pay money for. What it leads to is a lot of folks in the comments who are watching one or two of Mike's videos and then passing some kind of negative judgment on him or his advice because of the fact that he sells things. Now, Mike and I have met, I think, 3 times in real life, so we are barely what I would call passing acquaintances. He nor anyone in his organization know I'm making this video, and there's no expectation for anything of what I'm going to say. I don't even know why I feel compelled to make this video, aside from putting something out there on the internet to say, for all the negative comments about Mike, I have never paid Mike a dime for anything or any of his services. I have consumed his content for free for the better part of 6 or 7 years, and because of it, I have a $100,000 a year business that I work at 2 days a week. Now, am I making any money in that business? No. I've made other videos that talk about why, and I'll post that one down below. But still, just the fact that in a relatively short amount of time, I've been able to build a business and grow it to that level, to me, speaks volumes about the advice that was used to build it. So I'm going to give you what I think are the 3 best pieces of information from Mike Andes over the years, and that played a direct role in my wife and I having a business that is where it is. One of the things Mike stresses a lot is the importance of software in your business. And don't worry, this isn't going to turn into a jobber pitch, but you guys know that without software, I wouldn't be able to run my relatively small business the way that it is. If you want a business that is going to run as streamlined as possible and give you the least amount of stress as possible, then you should really think about some of the things Mike says, like making sure that everyone who gets on your system has an email and a card on file. And if somebody says, well, I don't feel comfortable with that, you just say, I completely understand. Unfortunately, we require all clients to have a card on file for billing. I'm in a mom and pop garbage business owners Facebook group, and the amount of times that people are doing things simply because that's the way it's always been done or that's what the people around us do, it's pretty wild. But they're practices that are generally not going to lead you to have the most efficient business that you can, and it's certainly not going to lead you to the most stress-free business you can. Another principle Mike talks about a lot is not having an off season, which basically means that with most home service businesses, there's 1 quarter out of a year where your income is going to drop tremendously. Take lawn mowing, for example. I live in Northeast Florida. From November till February, nothing really grows except weeds, but that means that a lot of my weekly mow clients that I used to have, they would say, I don't want anything all winter. So now, instead of making whatever money per week I was making, I'm not making anything for 4 months. That's the off season he's talking about. That is what originally got me interested in trash. When Waste Management said they were pulling out of our community because of the fact that waste is 52 weeks a year and mowing is not, I don't have to have as many trash customers to make ends meet as I did mowing customers because I'm not losing 4 months a year to winter. So if you're in an industry where you have an off season, Mike's got like 4 or 5 different things that you can do that'll fix that off season and help make your business more profitable, where before you would have been burning money and spending the first few months of the year trying to just break even. And one of the last concepts he talks about that I like a lot is capacity-based production, which basically means that your business at any point in time is very simply either in growth mode or profit mode. If it's in growth mode, then you're buying more trucks, you're hiring more people, you're expanding the capacity of work that you can do. When you fill that capacity, then you have the option of staying in growth mode and buying more trucks and more people, or you can switch to profit mode, which is when you don't grow the business any larger as far as its capacity, you don't buy more garbage trucks, you don't hire more people, and you just focus on getting as much efficiency out of the work that you're able to do. When you're at that point, you start raising prices. If some people drop, you'll still be better off because you'll be making more money. And that's an extremely simplified version of it. If you have a home service business and you do want to make it better, I wouldn't hesitate to say, check out Mike Andy's channel. And I'm also going to put links below. They aren't affiliate links. His courses are completely free. He's got a lot of good courses that you can take online. And I promise you'll get so much more value out of that than probably anything else you could spend your time watching on YouTube. If you don't have a home service business and you just like to be entertained, he's got some pretty entertaining business turnarounds too. You can just go to his channel, which again, I'll link in the description, but just take a look at the ones that have the most views. Generally, those are the most entertaining to watch. But that's my little soapbox about Mike Andy's that I'll get off of now. It does bother me a little bit to see so many consistently negative comments about somebody who, from what I can see, has just put out a ton of free business content that when I've applied it, it actually worked. So I don't know any legitimate grounds those negative comments could be coming from. Hopefully I'll have a business update video for you next week or two, so stay tuned for that. As always, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it.